A little context to why this poem was written is I have an older brother who God delivered him from substance abuse for the past 20 years. But the way that he did it was not the way that I was expecting, and honestly was very heartbreaking. My brother was deported back to Mexico 2 years ago. But in those 2 years, he's been sober and he's been clean and he's been serving God and serving his people. And now I realize that everything happens for a reason, even if it's not in the ways that we expect it. So I pray that this poem is a blessing to you. It's titled War of Faith. Father, it's hard. My eyes, they grow dim as fear settles in and consumes. I'm surrounded by doubts and questions of what is right versus what is wrong. Anxiety cripples me as I try to utter, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are with me. But are you with me? Are you here? Do you see what is happening? So much confusion involving your children, so much hatred for those called your chosen, so much anger towards your spoken word and promises. I look around and see fallen swords from fallen men who refuse to fight again. I see the battle scars of wounded soldiers scared to try again. I hear the chains rattle as hope leaves their eyes. Father, help us. Help your children that are silenced when they boast your holy name. Help your people who call out violence yet receive it all the same. Help your preachers reveal your wonders and give them strength. Help them guide us and not confuse what you say. Help us, Father, as we keep fighting this war. I look around and see them fall more and more. I know you said you would separate the wheat from the weeds, but do the numbers have to be so low? As we dwindle down to the few left standing, I see only a few left fighting. Help your soldiers to try to stand firm in your word, because right now, there are voices that we mistake as yours. We are led astray and fall into despair, bringing others to ruin without a care. We turn into stumbling blocks instead of stepping stones, not realizing that it goes against your word. We no longer depend on you, but depend on our works. Lord, how low the mighty have fallen because we don't trust you anymore. Father, I'm scared. I feel arrows pierce my armor. I feel terror as he screams louder, louder than your words, louder than your promise to me that he will be free. But as I see this demon take my brother, I can't help but wonder, was it really for me? It makes me question if I'm a laughing stock to those who see you rock our foundation and see how I've testified of his victory, but yet they question me of his defeat. I began to question you and what you said to me those years before, but what really brought me under were the words, he has to go. For my family to suffer the same tragedy again, the word why now begins to seep into my fleeting prayers and plague my mind with lies. Are they lies though, when they echo the problems I face and mirrors the fears I face? Father, please, please hear my cries. As I hear the cries of your people who have it harder, as I hear the cries of my family who still wander, as I hear the cries of my friend who feel lost in crowds of depression and anxiety, as I hear the cries of my sister who shares the same doubts, as I see the tears of my father who shared the same fate my brother faces now, as I see the tears of my mother who cried out for you. She cried and fell to her knees and yelled to God, help him, please, Father, please, please, Lord, don't leave us now. Why can't I feel you like before? Why can't I feel your presence in this never-ending storm? Why can't I feel your arms around me anymore? Father, please help me feel you more. My child, I hear your cries. I hurt when you hurt. I know you're heartbroken, but now my question to you is more important. Where is your faith? Don't you know that without faith, it is impossible to please me? It is written in my words, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You don't doubt the sun's existence when the moon shines. You don't doubt the ability of a bird's flight. You don't doubt the air around you when it's not seen. So why? Why do you doubt me? Do you not know the power of faith? The fear it strikes to your enemies. And I don't mean your brothers and sisters who wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness, against spiritual wickedness. Remember that when you feel anger in your heart. My warrior of the faith, just keep looking to me. It's right there in the name, only believe. Yes, I know your day and age is getting harder, but don't worry. Everything is going according to plan. You see those empty seats? They'll be filled again with victories. My love, do you not know that faith is your power? For it was by faith that Noah was warned of me, of things not yet seen. He prepared the ark and saved all of his family. It was by faith that Abraham was called to go out of his land and obeyed my commands, to go where he did not know. It was by faith that he sojourned the promised land and made it his home. Now look at those who came out and how it has grown. It was through faith that Sarah, though barren at the time, received the strength to conceive, even though she was well past the age. And from that one sprang the multitudes, as many as the stars in the heavens and the grains of sand. It was by faith that Abraham brought Isaac to me willingly, because he knew that I would come through. It was by faith that Moses refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, because he chose to suffer the affliction with my people than enjoy the pleasures of sin. By faith, he led my people through the Red Sea, walking on dry land because he trusted me. By faith, the walls of Jericho came down with shouts of praise. By faith, Rahab didn't perish because she believed and others didn't. Gideon, Barak, Samson, Samuel, David, the prophets, and so many more had faith to take me at my word where others hadn't before. By faith, I called a humble man from Kentucky and brought him to my feet. He knew not that he was my ordained prophet, and he would deliver you to me. Look where you are now today because of their faith. By faith, they subdued kingdoms, brought righteousness, obtained promises. Through faith, they stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the fires and violence, escaped the edge of the sword, and out of weakness they were made strong. Because of their faith, some were tortured and not given mercy. Others had trials and cruel mockings. Many were imprisoned, stoned, slain, tempted, afflicted, tormented, and not receiving the promises they waited for, but they received so much more. My child, was it not by faith that your mother called out for your brother and found him the next day? Did he not fall on his knees for me? Did he not proclaim my name? Yes, I sent him away, but because of the plans I have for him, of good and not of evil, to give him an expected end. Know that I love him more than you can comprehend. You see how faith can do so much. And it's not just those in my written word that have this power. You have it too. Don't doubt what I gave you. You have the faith to change the circumstances in your life, to move the mountains. My love, how do you not see that faith is revelation of what is to come? No matter what happens, the battle is already won. You ask me to help you feel more? No. It has nothing to do with what you feel, but everything with what you believe. Know that faith comes by hearing, and hearing of my word. So listen to me. Listen to what I have to say. Keep going the narrow way. Recognize who you are, what you have, and who you belong to. For in these last days I have made him the hardest. I made sure only the best can keep fighting. So keep fighting the good fight. Keep running the race. And most of all, keep the faith. Let's go.